Canadian Sport Fishing on TSN, brought to you in part by Rapala, premium fishing gear, crafted from experience. Ontario, more to discover. Canadian Power and Sail Squadrons, volunteers teaching safe boating. NTI, the most trusted source for digital Canadian marine data and electronic charts.
Let's go fishing. Whenever you're in the mood, let's go fishing. Baby, it's just me and you. Head on down to the fishing hole. You wanna grab your hat, man, and get your pole. Let's go fishing. When you're in the mood.
We're here in northern Ontario. We're about 500 miles north of Buffalo, New York, and about a couple hours from Timmins. And we're just enjoying some great wilderness fishing. And we've got such great weather. And look at this, a nice walleye. Barb, would you mind getting the net and helping me out with it? Joel,
Wow.
this lake is amazing. I can't believe this.
I fibbed you. I figured it was a pike.
No, it's a nice
It's
walleye.
a good walleye.
Right?
Wow,
Yeah.
is it ever a nice walleye?
Okay, careful, Barb. I'll bring it right in.
It's a beautiful.
Excellent net job, Barb.
Thank you.
Excellent.
Wow, it's a wild. It
Isn't
doesn't
this
want to be
amazing?
showing.
Now what I'm going to do is wet my hand, and I'm very gently going to put my hand underneath the gill plate. I'm not really going where the gills are. I just want to show you how beautiful this walleye is. Barb,
Where's the measurement tape?
I think it's at the back.
It's at the back right here.
If you can find it,
Let's
I'm
just
just
get a
going to...
quick measure here. Let's see what it
Okay.
looks like. I'm going to get a
Barb?
picture of you there, Italo.
Thank you. Let me give you the camera right here.
Okay, I've got one as well.
Good. Do you want to try a
Okay.
vertical one, just in case?
Sure, I'll try a vertical
I mean,
one,
it's
and
a nice
I'll
fish.
click one or two with my camera as well.
Okay, Barb, ready?
Okay, I'm smiling.
Perfect. Okay, Barb, let's get a measurement. Then I'm
Okay.
going to get the hook out.
Yep.
I'm going to
We
hold
have
it
to
at the top.
squeeze the tail.
Yep. Go right down.
Oh, you know what?
How long is he?
It is 24.
Nice walleye. 24 inches. We're going to be releasing this guy. He actually wasn't hooked that bad. You saw that jig head fly out. I'm going to keep him in the water. One thing that gets me, Barb, these fish are so dark.
You know, it's really typical for this lake to get these walleye that are all, you know, dark like this for a lot of reasons. It'll help them out for as far as, you know, being able to get their prey, as well as for not becoming prey themselves. So, yeah, in the river, once we get up in there, you'll find a lot of golden walleye, but in the lake, I think we're going to find mostly black walleye.
I think it depends on what they're eating too,
Yeah,
eh?
and where they are.
And how they...
Joel, is it a northern or a walleye?
I don't know, it's really hard to say, you know, just where we were catching them, it could really be anything. It's in the weeds, it could be a bass, it could be a northern, it could be a walleye. It's
Fighting pretty good.
It's got a little bit of give to it, I'll say that much.
This water's clear, but it's dark, so it's
I'm
hard to
guessing,
tell.
I have no idea what it is.
You're
honestly.
guessing a fish?
I'm guessing a pike is
So I
what
was going to
my
ask
guess
you,
is.
with your air service, how many outpost camps can you take anglers to?
Another nice walleye.
Here, let me get the net on that guy. Here.
Okay.
Yeah. How many outpost camps can you take fishermen to,
Well,
Joel?
we've got about 25 camps that we run that are full camps.
Yeah.
But we've got a lot more lakes that we use just for you know, day trips or tent cabins for moose hunting or our day trip fishing trips.
Mm-hmm.
But we operate about 25 regular camps.
Good.
Some VIP, some non-VIP. The VIP ones are going to be your, you know, your showers and running water and generator for electricity. I don't really see a need in measuring him. I'd say
No,
he's about
a
18
big
inches.
fish.
He's a little
that
bit too
fish
big
is
for
about
us.
3.5 pounds. Gorgeous walleye.
Yeah, so perfect.
And even at the other fly-in lakes, they get walleye this size?
You know, it depends on which lake you go to. Some lakes are, you know, shallower lakes seem to be in more of a numbers system. And then some of the lakes that are deeper lakes seem to hold more big fish.
Yep.
So it really just depends on the system that you're going to.
20 inches.
Yeah, 19, 20 inches. We'll let this guy go. He wants to go, I would say.
Flying fish, yeah, they're hard to hold on to.
Yeah, they're tough.
I usually find if you hold them on top of the actual gill covers, not the gill plates, because they're really sharp.
They are sharp.
Sometimes they're a little bit subdued. But boy, when you know you brought that fish up pretty quick, we call those green. Barb,
think it
isn't it
looks-
amazing catching these gorgeous walleye in such clear water?
I think it is a walleye because I think it's going down. It doesn't want to come up because the
Maybe
light's
this
up
is our,
here.
maybe this is our 30-inch walleye we've been looking for.
I don't know.
You know,
I think
I'm onto a walleye as well, guys.
What?
Double hitter,
header?
guys. We got a double hitter. Nice walleye,
Okay,
too.
you know what? My line wasn't even in the water.
Two nice walleye on, same
Okay,
time.
I will get the net.
So, Barbara, you can, well, let's just see what we got. Mine is, mine's staying down. Maybe
Maybe
we
that's
got-
a 30-incher. Okay,
Maybe
Barb,
we got brothers
I'll
here.
net yours first,
It
and then I
doesn't
will
want to
net
come up.
Joel's.
It says,
Mine does
hey,
not want to come up
too
either.
much light up here.
Mine
This is
says,
amazing. You know,
what are you thinking?
this is what the
Bringing me up
fishing
towards
is
the
like
surface.
in northern Ontario. For those of you that live in the U.S. or in the southern provinces, Ontario has such great fishing for walleye,
I would agree with that.
even when it's nice and hot.
You know what I'm looking at right now?
Nice walleye. Are you
About
okay
a
with
3-pounder. It's not huge,
I
but
think it's over 3 pounds. And Barb's is nice too. Bring them up, Barb, a little higher. Boy, they're dark.
Yeah, it
Gorgeous
is dark.
fish. Come on, just a little higher.
well, there's your 24-incher that you're looking for.
Wow.
Nice.
Good
Nice
fish.
fish.
I hate to tell you this, her fish is bigger than yours, Joel.
Terrible.
Well done, Barb.
Hey, you know what? I don't care. I'm the guide. I figure all fish caught in
Yeah.
my boat, I basically caught.
You're doing
so,
great.
Pat myself on the shoulder.
Yeah, you're doing a good job. Okay,
You are
Barb,
doing a good
in one
job.
moment, we're just going to keep them in the net. If you can hold the net, I'm going to
Okay.
get the camera ready.
Yep.
Because we got to get a picture of you with this nice
Okay.
walleye. That fish is probably 2 feet long and it is chunky. Nice fish, Joel. Okay, we better get him back in the water as soon as you get the
Okay.
hook out. That's a
Hook's
pretty
out.
big fish.
You want to do a
quick
picture
photo?
real quick?
Okay, quick photo. And Barbie, just hold on one sec.
Yep.
Quick
And we'll
picture.
do yours as well.
Yep.
You know, we need to get those glasses off. You movie star, you, okay?
It's a,
I know.
more of a safety
I know.
thing?
You know what? It's really pretty out. Let me just get a little closer. Awesome.
Okay,
Bullseye.
perfect. Back into the
we're
water
gonna
with
put
this
that
guy.
one back. Good release.
Nice.
And there he goes in Barb.
Let's see
Yeah.
Barb's
If you
fish
can
here.
put your hand just underneath
Yep.
and not on the gills, just underneath the gill plate, and be very careful because they do have sharp edges.
Right.
Okay, so slide it right underneath. You've done this before with big fish,
I
haven't
have,
you? Yeah, so just be careful.
Now I'm looking for the tape measure.
Okay.
I'm curious.
Yeah, if you can just get them out of the net. And I'm going to sit down because I have such a difficult job with the camera. And tell me when you're ready. And give me a little bit of a smile. Good. And
Nice
hold it a
fish.
little bit closer to you, closer to your body. Perfect. Wow, he looks nice. Barb, that is a nice walleye.
Thank you.
Okay, I got to get another picture because the background is so beautiful. Hold on one sec.
Okay.
Just like that. Beautiful. Boy, that is a big walleye. Good. Okay,
Take a
now.
tape measure to him real
Yeah,
quick.
very quick. We just get so excited. You know how
Just
long?
trying to get an approximate here.
Well,
Yeah,
an
well, let's squeeze the
approximate.
tail.
Well, yeah, careful because you might thrash, Barb. You have to just
Okay,
move your
yeah.
hand so I can see the thing. 24 inches.
Perfect.
It's a beautiful
Nice
walleye.
walleye.
And we're going to get the hook out because we
Yep.
got pictures of it. You're holding on to it well, right?
What's that? Our,
I
our
sure
second
am.
walleye, 24 inches in about an hour.
When you
You
get
stand
2-foot walleye in the middle of the day, I mean, this is awesome.
You know,
Oh,
I would
oh, oh.
attribute a big part of that to this stable weather that we're having. A nice stable barometer for a couple days. It's got all these walleye into feeding mode.
Definitely. There we go, Barb. If you want to just hold it in the water
Okay.
by the tail, I'll move these rods out of your way. Good. Yeah. And just hold him a little bit because we took some pictures of him and stuff.
Okay.
And as soon as he gets his energy back, he's going to take off
Yeah.
and probably disappear into that nice deep water. You know, it's very important when you get these fish, especially at a deep water, you know, we're fishing these points and a lot of the places we're fishing are 20, 30 feet deep. When you bring a fish like that up out of cold water, the surface water can be like 65 or 70 degrees.
It's 80 right now.
Is
here.
it 80? Yeah,
80
so
on
you
top.
have to take your time releasing the fish, make sure that they get their color back, and here they're very dark. And you'll see when they start moving their fins, it means that they're feeling better, and then they just swim off on their own. So don't just take it for granted that if you just throw a fish back, it's going to be okay. It's good to revive them a little bit. Give them a chance to get water going into their mouth, over their gills, and then they'll swim off on their own. There he goes. Boy, did they disappear quick. Look at this.
Yes.
Italo and his wife Barbara had the pleasure of having their own personal pilot and guide, Joel Theriault, who has taken them into Nemagasenda Lake, located in the Timmins area near Foleyet, Ontario. Because Nemagasenda is a clear lake, walleye will feed in water depths that range from 15 to 50 feet. When it comes to tackle, 3/8 ounce jig heads are standard, and if the wind picks up, anglers may even go to a 1/2 ounce. When the surface water conditions are flat and the sun is shining, anglers may have to resort to live bait rigs to entice inactive walleye to strike. Once caught, it's time for a fresh walleye shore lunch.
All right, Barb.
I
Get
got
him
a
up. Oh,
fish.
my line is there, yeah?
Okay.
Careful. Try
You
to
got a
guide
nice
him.
one down there, right?
Does it feel pretty good,
Oh,
Barb?
it feels, yeah,
'Cause
he
the weight-
wants to stay
got some
down
weight in
there,
it.
that's for sure.
Now I'm going to leave my line down there. It'll be funny if we get a double header on.
Oh, yeah,
Okay, so
he's
you
a
get him?
pouncing. He is going down.
Okay, well, you bring them up nice and
Okay.
easy.
You know, I wouldn't be surprised to see a lake trout out here catching these with these walleye. I've talked to lots of our guests that say they pick them up, but it looks like we've got about a 3-pound walleye again.
That is great. Watch my line, Barb. It's
Okay,
still down there.
okay.
Oh, into my line, but that's okay. You know what, Barb?
Oh, he just loved that.
Nice
Just loved that
walleye.
minnow.
You know what I like? Look at the hook right there, Barb, on the
Yeah.
side of the mouth, and Joel.
Easy catch and release.
Nice live release. You just take the hook out easily like that, and this fish will be ready to release if he just stops thrashing because it'll want to get cut. Long walleye. Too big?
He's about 17 and a half, 18 inches. Yeah,
Beautiful.
a little bit too big.
Black
So,
walleyes.
Yeah,
Right
even
here.
their eyes
in
seem
Northern
to
Ontario,
be-
everything.
Yeah.
Just camouflage, eh?
Yes.
Nice, easy catch and release on him.
Beautiful.
He'll be around a couple more years. So
Excellent. Well done, Barb.
Thank you.
You set the hook perfectly. I saw that rod
Yeah,
bouncing up
I
and
did
down.
see that, yeah.
There's your rig.
Good.
Good. I'm going to show the viewers the rig that we're actually using. Look at that happy minnow. You can see how he's swimming. What we've done here, Joel had all of the riggings to make a live bait rig. So I've got a small hook. That hook is probably a number 6 bait holder hook. And I have an 8-pound test monofilament leader, about 2 feet long. And then I've got a split shot that you can see. That split shot stops my sliding sinker from going any closer to the line. The other advantage is that when a fish does pick up the bait, if I give it some slack line, the line goes through the sinker. That's why it's called a sliding sinker rig. So he doesn't feel the little weight. In this case, this is a 1/4 ounce weight. So this is probably one of the most effective ways to catch walleyes in northern lakes if you're going to be bait fishing, if you've got clear water, and if you're going to be fishing deeper, especially in the middle of the day. This is what the Ontario fishing experience is all about. You can hear that stream in the background, the birds. We've got a gorgeous warm day. We've caught so many fish this morning, and you know what? We kept a couple of walleye and a northern pike, and in just a moment, we're going to enjoy a fresh shore lunch. You know, these fish might look a little bit small, but they're actually just the right size. When you get fish around the 12 to 16-inch range, they are perfect for eating. And for 3 of us, these 2 walleye and that pike that's under 27 inches is really all the fish we need, especially when you add a salad to it, or some potatoes and some beans. It's actually quite simple to fillet fish if you take your time and you follow the bone lines. You can see here what I'm doing. Instead of cutting the ribs out of the fish, I'm going around them. That way I make less of a mess, and I find that I get a better fillet. That's where the Y bones are, right there. And a lot of people leave these in, and that's okay when you're eating because they're small, and a lot of times they'll even get cooked. But I prefer to remove all the bones, especially if you're dealing with people that don't like to get bones in their mouth, or you've got children with you on a trip. So you'll see how nice of a fillet we get here. And because these fillets are thinner, because the walleye are smaller, we're not going to cut them in half or trim them. You know what? There's nothing that builds up an appetite more than being out in the fresh air and battling fish all morning. And most of the time, you know, you do start early, especially if you're at a lodge. This is going to taste great, Joel. Not a bad hook set. I saw that. It's mostly wrist action, not arm action. Does it feel pretty good?
it feels like, I would say, we got another nice fish on.
Okay. Well,
Another really nice fish.
I've got the net here if we need it.
No, I don't think it's that nice of a fish.
It's not bad. No, it's
You know, this might be another supper walleye
That
here.
might be a keeper. Okay, you work on that.
Okay, I'm going to give this guy the flip here, I think.
Okay, you
That's
be
what I'm gonna do.
careful, okay? I don't want you to hurt. Have you got your glasses on? All right. Now, does that come out of being hungry? Where you don't want, oh, look at this. You got to show them. Look at it, it almost pulled out.
It almost did.
Good
Yeah.
technique.
You know, it really doesn't matter to me if it pulls out or not, because I really don't care if we
should have
if we keep a bunch of fish or not.
We should have a disclaimer though. Don't try this at home.
Don't try this at home, especially without safety glasses.
Trained professionals only.
Yeah,
Okay.
another nice blackfish.
Okay.
Let me do a tape measure on this guy and see what we're gonna do with
I don't
him.
know. He looks big.
Does he
But
look
try
big?
it. Try it. I
Let
think
me try
he's
a little
over
bit.
16. We'll put
He
the measuring
is
stick.
17 inches. So
Bye-bye.
a little bit too big, but still a nice walleye. I really like seeing these 17 inches.
I think it's wonderful.
And the concept of this slot size is just gonna mean that all of these lakes are continually gonna get better fishing on them.
I agree.
So yeah, it's a nice thing. I really enjoy it. We're fishing a little bit deeper out here. We moved off the shoal into about 25 feet of water, and I think that did the trick for us.
Yeah. We've been marking bait fish in deeper water pretty well all morning. And I think what these walleyes are doing is trying to get the stragglers out of those large schools of bait fish. So our jigs and minnows are probably looking really good for them.
I would agree.
Is that a pretty good size one?
It's too big to keep one.
That's okay. Gorgeous. I mean, the water is so clear. When you get into some of these northern Ontario lakes, like here in the Timmins area, it's so nice because you can see those walleye fighting. Now, mind you, these walleye are pretty dark. They're black. So, but still, even without having sunglasses on, you can appreciate. If you just swing them around, Joel, on this side, I can give you a hand landing them.
I'm gonna give him the flip here into the boat.
Well, you know what? You sure you want to flip them?
Yeah.
Okay. Hope he doesn't break your line.
Oh, he's a big one.
Yeah. Don't break your rod. I can see why that rod's been put together. Yeah. That's the best way to land a fish that size.
I agree.
Good fish.
You know, this one here might be over the slot. We got the we got the tape
Where's
measure.
the tape measure?
I'm interested.
I can grab it.
Here's the tape right here.
Okay,
You
good.
can pull that apart.
Yeah.
I'm interested. I plan on releasing this fish anyways, but I'm still curious to know how big he is.
Gorgeous, long fish and lean, and you hooked him perfectly right in the snout.
Right in the nose.
Yeah.
You know, this is a tough fish. Have you got your pliers there?
Yeah. Yeah, Dr. Labignan's got everything.
You can give me a hand on this.
Pliers. Boy, do we have good conditions for this or what?
Perfect.
Watch your hands, okay? I'm just going to try to
Got it.
bend the hook back at the bend. I don't want to break your jig.
Right.
Come on.
Well, it's your jig. Doesn't matter to me.
Come on. I've bent it already. Man, you hooked him good.
I know.
There we go. Your minnow
Okay.
fell off there.
Yeah,
And let me
okay.
just get a measurement on him. And then we're going to...
Let's get this
you
measure
hold
tape.
him up just like that from the mouth to the back. You know, this fish is 21.5 inches. Gorgeous,
fish.
dark walleye, nice walleye. I mean, that's a
going,
great
Joel.
average for the fish up here.
You want to click a quick picture and we'll let this guy go?
Okay, good
Perfect.
idea, because it's a beautiful dark fish.
It is a beautiful fish.
Okay, you'll need to take your glasses off.
I'm
So all
looking
your
forward
friends
to,
can say, hey, that's Joel.
I'm looking forward to fishing the river tomorrow. We can really show the difference between these blackfish from the lake and the golden river from the walleye. It's
Good.
two
Now,
populations.
you don't mind if we put you on our website, right?
That's fine,
with this
no
fish?
problem.
Okay, and if you hold him up just a little bit. How did you know to hold him out? Okay, hold him a little bit more horizontal.
Okay.
And smile like you're actually, oh, this is huge. This is a beautiful walleye. You know what? Not a bad fisherman.
Okay. Perfect.
Excellent.
We survived. Okay, we're gonna let this guy go.
Watch out, don't let him jump out of your hands.
He's got another season.
Man, are they black? They got to be some of the darkest walleye I've ever seen. You know, sometimes you got to work them a little bit, but look at that. There he goes. Beautiful. Just going to put the camera away. Well
Perfect.
done,
Can we get
Joel.
a minnow?
Barb, have you got one
Italo,
on?
yeah.
All
I got
right.
one. Oh,
Perfect.
it's heavy. It doesn't want to come up and show its... Oh, I released it.
Yeah.
You know, we're in 32 feet of water right now. I think that these bigger walleye have moved off the shoal a little bit in the deeper
They're
water.
good sized fish. I was just changing to a 1/3 ounce jig head.
That's exactly what I'm using right now.
Yep, good fish. I'm going to get a minnow on there. And Barb, yours looked big too. I bet you it was over 20 inches.
Likely.
Now what we're doing, because we're in deeper water, we're going to slightly bigger jig heads. We were as light as 1/8 ounce. Here's the jig head that I'm using. That's a 3/8 ounce. And I'm going to show you how we're hooking these minnows. We're actually hooking them through the mouth and through the side of the body. And we're not using that big of minnows. Joel is a firm believer that you want to get a good hook set, so you can use a smaller minnow. So I've got one that's hopping all over the boat here. I'm going to show you the technique that we use. So there's the minnow. He's only about 2 inches long. And I got him underneath the minnow rope. There we go. Now the first thing that I do is take the hook and I put it inside the minnow's mouth. Once I've got it inside the minnow's mouth, I put the hook out its gill so you can see where it's coming out there. So I'm not actually piercing the body of the fish. It's just going in its mouth, out its gill. Then I slide the minnow with its mouth open up the jig head as far as that minnow will go. Then I turn it on its side so you can see that I've got it as far up. It's butted up to the jig head. Then I'm going to go through the side of the fish. So the ideal presentation is the minnow should be horizontal like that on the jig head. You can see the way he's sitting. Now watch what happens when I drop this in the water. When I shake it, it looks like a bait fish that's struggling on its side. So in deeper water, that's the kind of action we're looking for. It's almost like a figure eight. So you see the jig head is making that minnow kick a little bit.
Canadian Sport Fishing on TSN has been brought to you in part by Rapala, premium fishing gear crafted from experience. Ontario, more to discover. Canadian Power and Sail Squadrons, volunteers teaching safe boating. NTI, the most trusted source for digital Canadian marine data and electronic charts.
Did you try the fish?
Fish is good?
I have.
It's unbelievable, Bob.
Is it really? Tastes better with the hands? So yummy.
Just tastes good.
Melts in your mouth, eh?
Let me tell you. Better than the potatoes.
Potatoes?
Now, have you been able to notice the difference in taste between the pike and the walleye?
I think they both taste great.
Out of this lake, it's a cold water lake. You get into most of these cold water systems and you won't notice the taste, not unless you get into a pike that's in the shallow bays all its life. Out of this cold water, they're all going to taste the same.
It's delicious.
I agree.